What's going on, YouTube world? Stormward Boss here. Today I'm going to be discussing how Battlefield 3 is getting a major boost with the next-gen consoles. Now, Battlefield 3 has kind of been like a hot topic on my channel lately, like with the VU and the remaster and all the rumors floating around, so I figured I'd make another video about it. I just read the other day that Battlefield 3 is getting an awesome major boost with the Xbox Series X and PS5, so I figured I'd make a video about it. But before we get into it, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's get into the video. Stir now, boom. Alright guys, let's discuss how Battlefield 3 is getting a major boost with the new next-gen consoles. Now, I am going to read an article from Polygon, and this is about the Xbox Series S and Series S backwards capability, but it basically applies to the PS5 as well, because they're basically doing the same thing, head-to-head competition as always with them. So here's what they had to say. Well, first, before we get into that, do you guys remember that little update we got on Battlefield 3 on consoles a few weeks ago, and everyone was like, oh man, that's the new remaster, blah, blah, blah. No. That update was to update the servers to the new Xbox Series S, Xbox Series S, and the PS5. So it was basically a backwards capability update. So let's get into what Polygon said. Here's how the Xbox Series S and Series X will handle backward capability, breaking down how next-gen Xboxes will work with older-gen games. Backward capability is one of the major pillars of Microsoft's pitch for its next-generation consoles. The Xbox Series X and Series S, the company says, will launch with the ability to play thousands of Xbox One, Xbox 360, and original Xbox games. But there's a wide gulf between the capabilities of the two models, the most powerful Xbox ever and the smallest Xbox ever, respectively, which means they will handle backward capability differently. Microsoft unveiled the Xbox Series S last week and said it will debut alongside the bigger, stronger Series X on November 10th at a far more affordable price point of $299 instead of $499. One major difference between the two models offer is resolution. While both consoles can play games at frame rates as high as 120 frames per second, yes, the Xbox Series S or X is designed to run at 4K resolution, while the Series S is geared towards 1440p. The next-gen consoles are analogs to the two current models of the Xbox One, the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X, and Microsoft recently announced that backward capability will function accordingly on the upcoming consoles. How will backward capability work on the Xbox Series S? Since the debut of the Xbox One X in the late 2017, Microsoft has delivered Xbox One X enhancements for nearly 70 Xbox 360 and original Xbone games. These titles look and play better on the Xbox One X than they do on the Xbox One S or the launch model Xbox One. The enhancements include higher quality anti-aliasing, increased texture detail, and 9 times the resolution, 4K versus 720p. However, the Xbox Series S won't support those enhancements, Microsoft confirmed recently. Instead, the company said in a statement to VGC on Friday, the Xbox Series S runs the Xbox One S version of backward capability games while applying improved texture filtering, higher and more consistent frame rates, faster load times, and auto HDR. It may seem disappointing that even Microsoft's weaker next-gen console won't be able to deliver the same backward capability enhancements as the company's stronger current-gen model, but the math checks out. On paper, the Xbox Series S has less raw power than the Xbox One X. With graphic performance of 4 teraflops compared to 6 teraflops, it's worth noting that that's not an apples to oranges comparison. Since the two consoles have different GPU architectures, it has less system memory too. 10 gigabytes for the Xbox Series S, of which 8 gigabytes is available to developers, versus 12 gigabytes for the Xbox One X, of which 9 gigabytes is available to developers. Considering that, it's not a bad consolation prize that the Xbox Series S will still provide some improvements in running older games. Asked for further details, a Microsoft representative told Polygon that the aforementioned benefits are enhancements that aren't possible on the Xbox One X. So we're still going to get some enhancements with the Series S, but it's not going to be like the Series X. The spokesperson also noted that the Xbox Series S will still be capable of running some Xbox One games with double the frame rates, such as Gear 5, which will support 120 frame multiplayer action on both next-gen Xbox models, thanks to well over double effective CPU and GPU performance on the Xbox One S. Now, how will backward capability work on the Xbox Series X? Microsoft announced in May that backward-capable games will take advantage of the full power of the Xbox Series X for a variety of performance and image quality improvements, in addition to the same double frame rate that the Series S will support again for certain games. The Series X will be able to automatically add HDR support to games, said Jason Ronald, Director of Program Management for Xbox. And of course, Series X users are guaranteed to get games rendering at their maximum resolution and visual quality. Both the Series S and Series X will deliver shorter load times thanks to their fast SSDs, 512 gigabytes for the Series S and 1 terabyte for the Series X, and they'll both support a new feature called Quick Resume, which will let users swap between multiple active games and, well, quickly resume play right from where they left off. So basically what it looks like, guys, is that with the, and mind you, a lot of this is going to be geared to the PS5 as well. I'm just reading the Xbox Series X news, but I also read the PS5, and they're pretty much doing the exact same thing. Of course, they're always battling it out. So it looks like we're going to be getting an upgrade version. We're getting an upgraded version of Battlefield 3 on the Xbox Series X. Okay, and it's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be a minimum of double the frame rate. And a lot of people are like, well, that doesn't seem like a major upgrade. That's a major upgrade. Going from 4K, or, it's not really true 4K. Let's just say, like, going from 1080p, no, let's say 1440p. So going from 1440p to 30 frames a second on the Xbox One X to 4K, or let's just say it stays at 1440p to 60 frames a second on the Xbox Series X. That is really big. That is double the frame rate is huge. The graphics are going to look better. It's going to play smoother and everything like that. Now, there is a rumor flying around right now that it's possible that they're going to do 64-player matches, make the maps a little bit bigger, add those extra objectives and so on. But I don't really think that's true. I think it's still going to be 12v12. But remember, we are playing 12v12 on smaller maps. So let's say with Operation Metro, or no, it's a bad one. Let's say with Caspian Border, with the 64 players, there's 6 objectives on the Xbox and the PS4 or PS3 or whatever. It's going to be like 3 to 4 objectives. So there's smaller maps technically. But I'm just kind of stoked. Of course, I'd be stoked if it was 64 players, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be the same 12v12, but it's going to have PC frame rate and PC graphics. That is a major, major, major enhancement, and it's going to be freaking awesome. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you stoked for this next-gen boost for Battlefield 3? And it's not just Battlefield 3. I heard Battlefield 4 is getting a boost. Battlefield 1 is going to get a boost. Battlefield 5 is going to get a boost. Bunch of old Call of Duty games are going to get a boost. A lot of games are going to be getting a boost, but I'm mainly focused on Battlefield 3 because this game is just so awesome still, even after 9 years. But like I said, guys, let me know in the comments. Are you stoked? Are you going to play it again? Are you going to still say, no, it's too old, like some of my friends say? So, yeah, that's the video, guys. I'm pretty stoked. We didn't get a Battlefield 3 remaster. We got Battlefield VU, which is a modded version, which is for PC, and I made a video about that. It doesn't even really look that cool in my opinion. But yeah, maybe this is our version of the Battlefield 3 remaster. Maybe we're going to get 64 players, but we're for sure going to get at least double the frame rates and that high 4K resolution. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. And until next time, have a great day. Stern out. Boom.